Okay, so we've been seeing a lot of headlines from the mainstream media saying things like Trump and Wall Street want to send you back to work. They don't care if you die of the coronavirus. All right, well, let's explain just one simple fact to everyone out there. You can't have what is essentially an over 50% unemployment rate in this country without triggering the Second Great Depression. The First Great Depression had 7 million people starved to death. And that was when over 50% of U.S. households were either self-sufficient or close to self-sufficient. We are now less than 1% self-sufficient. We don't have gardens, we don't have chickens, we don't have cows in our backyards. We we all rely on the industrial food market to supply us with food. And we rely on a global economy to keep the U.S. economy going. We see global economic downturns when something goes wrong in one country, like the 07-08 collapse and the recession that occurred afterwards. It affected other countries. It was a global issue because of misallocation of resources in one country. Now, if you have numerous countries on Earth in a global economy, all having about half the population, or if not more, not working at all, you're going to have a very severe depression, a global economic depression, the likes of which we've never seen before, and millions will starve to death. So, no, Trump isn't trying to get people back to work because he doesn't care if you die of the coronavirus. Trump is in office so he can go down as one of the greatest presidents in U.S. history. That's why he's there. I think he's a little bit narcissistic, and I think he got into office with the idea of doing the job as well as possible and leaving a legacy as a very accomplished president, which he has been doing in terms of pretty much every area that he's addressed: economics, foreign policy, immigration. He's seen success that no other Republican has seen as president in a very long time. I think even Reagan was a disappointment compared to Trump. So luckily we have him in office, and he needs to explain to people that the cure, like he said, the cure can't be worse than the disease. He has to explain what's at stake when you don't have 100 million American people just not going to work. You're gonna see such an economic collapse. You're gonna see grocery shelves completely empty. If you continue this shutdown, you're gonna see people killing each other for food. If the Democrats' policies were to be followed on a national level, we'd all be fucked. The only reason I have any hope is that Trump is in office. But unfortunately, I live in New Jersey, so I have a Democratic governor who is completely insane, has no principles whatsoever. He didn't even legalize marijuana, which he promised to do within the first 3 months of his administration. Several years later, they're still working on it. Yeah, fucking bullshit. I mean, that money from the pharmaceutical companies probably had nothing to do with it, right? Fucking scumbags. But anyway, hopefully Trump is able to make people understand that if you don't get America back to work, America will starve to death, and so will millions of other people across the globe.